music making, no matter how you do it, if it's conducting, or if it's playing, or if it's singing, or if it's dancing, or if it's, shaking your head around or moving your toes, begins with the musical impulse. It begins with a desire to make music and the commitment to performing something in a way that you believe in. Conducting is a very exquisite combination of giving and receiving. Because after all, the orchestra is the one making the sound. And the role of the conductor at the end of the day is to enable that process.
Coming into it, I only knew of Neal by name and reputation. But then when I came here to do my interview for graduate school, I got to know him. And immediately, right away, I just felt always thinking about something. And I think he engages his students to think kind of beyond the box a lot of the times. Sometimes we're so focused, on the notes, but that he kind of broadens it out and, makes you think about other things relating to the music. Well, as a conductor, I think one of the great things about him is he just knows so much. And because of that, I think musicians are always inspired by that. He's not the kind of technician, I guess we'll call it, that some conductors might be, just play loud or soft, play short or long. He'll delve into the history of the composer, about the piece, what else was going around during that time. He really engages the students, to really bring out the best of their abilities, not just musically, but intellectually.
I was an undergraduate at Harvard. Harvard has a chamber orchestra, which is made up of students, which is always conducted by a student, chosen by the members of the orchestra. Every year, the orchestra chose me to be its conductor. So my first real opportunity to have my own group and conduct was in my last year of school there. And it was very exciting, and my first soloist for my very first concert was my classmate, Yo-Yo Ma, who was playing the Shostakovich cello concerto for the first time. After that, I got my first job, which was to conduct the Young Musicians Foundation debut orchestra, just upstairs, in 1981, and also to become the assistant conductor of the Los Angeles Philharmonia. And that was when I moved from the East Coast to the West Coast. In the midst of one of the world's great research universities, in the midst of a musical and cultural center, the word is beginning to get out that the orchestral program here is excellent, that the conducting program here is also excellent.
Before I came here to UCLA, I had mainly been a choral conductor just because I have 2 degrees in organ and had done a lot of church work, but I hadn't really worked with orchestras before. I think I had conducted exactly 2 instrumental ensembles. This program is unique among graduate conducting programs here at UCLA because here, my first year, I conducted 3 operas. I conducted a full symphony program. I conducted on several other programs of the Philharmonia and the Symphony, and it's just been astounding the amount of time that I have to actually practice the craft that I'm here to learn. And I think that support has been the single most positive thing in my growth as conductor.
Performance at UCLA has gone to a completely different level. We've played at the Los Angeles County Art Museum on the radio, which is their concert broadcast. We've played at the Peninsula Music Fair in Orange County. We've played at the Getty Museum in Malibu. And of course, we've played more and more in Royce Hall. We invite in players from the Los Angeles Philharmonic and the Chamber Orchestra and others to lead master classes and to give coachings and to work on sectionals with the orchestra. I'd like to invite in prominent professional guest conductors to work with the orchestra. And that's in the works. There is a sense of real possibility here that students could get an education that is geared towards nurturing musicians who will be very independent in their ideas, who will hopefully in the future be leaders in the fields. No one gets lost here. The individual contact with professors is very close. The sky's the limit in terms of how people think.